March, 1999. Washington, D.C., midnight. Inside the Pentagon's cyber defense grid, alarms begin to flash. An intruder has breached the system, moving silently past firewalls built to survive nuclear war. For a moment, entire networks freeze. Air Force databases stall. NASA terminals respond to strange commands. The signal isn't coming from Russia or China. It's coming from a small apartment in North London. A lone man, in his 30s, sitting in pajamas, holding a cup of tea, is inside the most secure military network on Earth. They called him the hacker who hijacked the Pentagon. Who was he? A spy? A terrorist? A digital Robin Hood? His name, Gary McKinnon. An ordinary British systems administrator. But his goal wasn't money, or chaos. He was searching for something else. Something he believed the US government had buried for decades. UFOs. Free energy. Hidden technology. McKinnon believed the truth was locked inside NASA servers. And he was determined to find it. What he didn't know was that his search would ignite one of the largest cyber manhunts in US history. Gary McKinnon wasn't a criminal mastermind. He was quiet, polite, and endlessly curious. By day, an IT technician. By night, a man lost in the glow of a computer screen. As a child, he'd stare at the stars and wonder, are we alone? By the late 1990s, the internet became his telescope. And its lens pointed straight toward the United States. He started exploring public networks, out of fascination, not malice. Then, one night, he stumbled upon something that shouldn't have been possible. Many US military systems, the Army, Navy, even the Pentagon, had no passwords. It was as if the doors to the world's most secure fortress had been left wide open. To McKinnon, it wasn't a crime. It was an invitation. He believed if he could just look far enough, search deep enough, he might find proof of what governments weren't telling us. But curiosity is a dangerous thing. And it was about to change his life forever. Between 1999 and 2001, Gary McKinnon quietly infiltrated 97 US military and NASA computers. He used a simple modem, a few downloaded hacking tools, and a program called Remotely Anywhere. He wasn't destroying anything. He was exploring, like a digital trespasser wandering empty hallways. Then, one night, he found a folder. It was labeled, Unidentified Aerial Phenomena. Inside were high-resolution satellite images, raw, unedited. One of them showed a metallic object floating above the Earth's atmosphere. It didn't look like a plane. It didn't look man-made. McKinnon zoomed in, and the connection froze. The screen went black. Someone on the other side had noticed him. In that moment, Gary McKinnon's life as an invisible explorer ended. And his life as a wanted man began. By 2001, cybersecurity analysts across the Pentagon began noticing something strange. Unauthorized logins. Access from the same mysterious source. The digital fingerprint pointed to one name, Solo. That was McKinnon's online alias. He had breached networks across the Army, Navy, Air Force, and NASA. He even left messages behind. One read: "Your security is crap." Another: "I will continue to disrupt at the highest levels." What began as curiosity now looked like cyber warfare. The US government called it the biggest military computer hack of all time. They claimed he had deleted crucial files, shut down 2,000 computers, and caused more than $700,000 in damage. But McKinnon denied it all. He said he never destroyed a thing. He just wanted the truth about UFOs. Intent didn't matter. The Pentagon had been breached. And someone had to pay. March 2002. Early morning. London police arrive at McKinnon's apartment. Inside, they find one computer, a dial-up modem, and stacks of UFO magazines. No weapons. No plans. Just obsession. The Pentagon demanded justice. The U.S. Department of Defense pressed 7 federal charges, each carrying up to 10 years in prison. They requested extradition. If granted, McKinnon could spend the rest of his life behind bars in America. But in Britain, something unexpected happened. Public sympathy grew. People didn't see a dangerous hacker. They saw a man chasing answers. Protests erupted. Politicians spoke out. Free Gary McKinnon became a national chant. To the US, he was a criminal. To many in the UK, he was a truth seeker. A man punished for curiosity. And as the legal fight dragged on, so did the fear. For McKinnon, every hearing felt like a countdown. Every appeal, a final chance at freedom. For 10 long years, Gary McKinnon lived under constant uncertainty. Would he be sent to the United States? Would he ever see home again? He fought every ruling, every appeal. His mental health crumbled. He was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome and depression. His mother described it as a decade of siege. A life suspended, waiting for a knock that could end everything. And then, in 2012, came the turning point. Britain's Home Secretary, Theresa May, reviewed his case. And after a decade of pressure, she made a historic decision. The extradition was blocked. She declared that sending McKinnon to the United States would violate his human rights. After 10 years of fear and limbo, Gary McKinnon was free. He walked out of court into the London daylight. A man who had defied the Pentagon, and survived. But freedom came with questions. And shadows that would never leave him. McKinnon still insists that what he found inside NASA servers was real. He claims he saw a list of names. But they weren't soldiers. They were non-terrestrial officers. He said there were references to ships, not listed on any naval register. He believed it was proof of a secret space program. Technology the world had never seen. NASA denied everything. The Pentagon dismissed it as fantasy. But they never released the files he said he saw. So, what did he actually uncover that night? A hidden program? A black budget project? Or the imagined discovery of a man lost in obsession? No one can say for sure. But one truth remains undeniable. Gary McKinnon exposed how fragile digital walls really are. With a home computer, a dial-up line, and enough determination, he walked straight into the Pentagon's digital heart. Today, Gary McKinnon lives quietly in London. He doesn't hack. He doesn't chase headlines. But the legend of his actions still echoes across the cyber world. In classrooms and conferences, his story is taught as a warning. A reminder that no fortress is unbreakable. He proved that one ordinary man, armed with nothing but curiosity, could bring the most powerful defense system on Earth to its knees. Yet, even now, the question lingers. Was he a criminal? Or a seeker who simply knocked on the wrong digital door? In search of the truth? The answer, perhaps, is still buried. Somewhere in the Pentagon servers. Waiting for another curious mind to find it. The hacker who hijacked the Pentagon. Based on true events.